So, me sharing part of my journey, so many people were asking questions. They were like, well, can you just tell me how to do it? And you can have a conversation with somebody, but unless they're on Zoom and you're doing it one on one or, like that, they're going to keep asking questions. Or it's not, you're going to be having the same conversation over and over again. So, once it was just so many people asking, how did you do that? Or how can I do this in my area? I just said, let me just create a program. So it went from there.
And that's awesome. And like, shout out to David Shams because he has a quote at the end of his podcast. He says that the whole point of you knowing knowledge so you can take it back to the community and show others. And that's exactly what you're doing. So thank you for that.
Hey, this is Dave, and this is my commercial. We spent so much money on the podcast summit at summit, and I didn't actually spend any money on the commercial. So, but here's the idea. I want you to go to podcastsummit.com, PODCAST summit.com. I'm going to put the website below. And we got some tickets if you want to start a podcast or grow your podcast or make money from your podcast. And
I'm calling. Maybe I'm selfish. I want you to.
Well, let's think, y'all. Welcome back, guys, to the Pull-Up Experience, the #1 podcast in Cleveland, and we're going for the world. So, yeah, hey, thank y'all for that. We have Miss Nita Hester. Yes.
I got you.
That's what I'm talking about, Brittany. Appreciate you. We got Miss Nita Hester on tonight, and we're going to learn more about how to invest in tax deeds and just invest in real estate as a whole. Y'all know, as me being a real estate agent, I love episodes like this. So, apologize ahead of time because I'm going to be asking all the questions. And then, we got Miss Brittany here to help guest us with us tonight.
That's right.
And it's going to be a good one, guys. It's going to be a good one. So how you doing today?
I'm doing good. How about you?
It's going good.
Welcome. Glad to have
Thank you.
Yes,
Thank
and
you.
we have a great glass of 2U wines. We're the bootleg version of Drink Champs over here. But, and y'all know why this episode I like to ask, represent your hood, what part of Cleveland do you call home or that you grew up in?
Ooh, y'all gonna beat me up.
No, you good. Because Cleveland, that's why I love about Cleveland. You can live in the Heights, you can live down the way, up the way, west side. I was playing. No, I was playing. Let me stop. No, I was playing. Please don't cancel me because of the west side. But, that's what I love about Cleveland.
So, I grew up in Garfield.
Okay, good. Okay, that's what's up.
We had somebody from there.
So we talk all the time about because the timeline. What time were you in Garfield? Because there was different times Garfield was Garfield. Then was time where
I was Garfield back like about 15 years ago.
Okay.
Right.
So did you go to high school at Garfield?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So let me ask you this. So back in the day, where did the entrepreneur spirit start for you? Were you the kid selling candy? Were you the kid, going to the door? When did it spark for you?
You might not believe me, but I was much of a tomboy. I spent a lot of my time with my uncles and my cousins and my brother. And I was helping out doing a lot of handiwork with the real estate. So my family had been buying tax deeds since I was really young. And I was a helping hand with help doing clean out houses.
Time out. So this is a family business right here. Did not know that. Okay. All right.
Yeah. Now, that's back when houses was $200. I really grew up thinking I could, everywhere that you could buy a house for less than $1,000. And then when I was grown, I realized that wasn't the case.
Man, listen.
I was living in a bubble.
I love that meme that said back in kindergarten I should have been buying real estate to learn my 1, 2, 3s if I could. Right? But we'll get to that because we'll talk about the housing crisis or whatnot. But so I'm guessing your dad young because you've seen them. So you knew they were buying houses. You didn't know how they were going about doing it.
Yeah. So I knew they were going to the auction and they were buying houses, like boatload of houses, and they would have to clean them out and then do repairs on them, and then they would sell or they would rent them out. Have these different strategies, but yeah, we were kids doing the clean outs.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so because one thing to actually do it, but it's another thing to carry it on. What was it about it back then that made you be like, maybe one of these days I'm gonna pick it up?
I think I was fascinated with the transformation of how it looked before to how it looks afterwards.
Mm.
You know, I'm not like real big on, oh, this house is so beautiful, but just the process of renovating.
Mm-hmm.
You know, taking something so ugly that, you know, someone just gave away and now it's a beautiful home for someone else.
No.
And in the process, a lot of people made money.
Mm. That's the good part. Yeah, so let's not forget about that part. So I'm about to say, because typically, you know, real estate is not. I would say AGT helped make it more glamorous, but back then, there was no AGTV back then when you were a little girl. So the appeal for you had to be the fact, and correct me if I'm wrong, the fact that you're seeing your dad take these properties, flip. I hate to use the word term, but flipping them pretty much or whatnot, right?
Yeah, but not my dad, my uncle.
Oh, so your uncle,
My
I'm sorry.
uncle
Yep.
and my cousins and the men in my family.
Men in your family, yes.
So, actually, what was your question?
No, I'm sorry. This just seeing that, sparking that inside of you or whatnot. Because I'm guessing. So let me ask you: after you graduated, did you initially get into real estate, or was it going into other careers and then finding one?
So to be honest, I thought that you had to be a realtor or a real estate lawyer. Or you had to be, you know, like a professional title for real estate. But seeing this, because there was no representation for women.
Come on,
So I didn't see any women doing what the guys were doing. So that was discouraging for me. So I actually left. I went to Georgia. I went to school. I went to college. And I got into real estate a little bit after I graduated college. I got into new construction. And then I came back up here to Cleveland and said, man, they still doing the tax sales. So they just not the same price as they were when I was younger. And I said, man, it's a huge opportunity up here, and a lot of people don't know about it. They're afraid to take the risk.
Yeah.
So tax deed is not like the traditional way to purchase real estate. So everybody go off market or go through wholesalers or go through MLS, but the tax deed auction has always been there.
But let's break it down because we got some people who are not familiar with. We know those terms, but we want to make sure that the audience knows about some of these terms. Because when you say MLS, when you talk about typical, traditional retail real estate, I want to make sure they understand what we're saying with that.
Okay, so I'll break it down. So when you are a homeowner, and when you're a homeowner, you have to pay property taxes. So we know that you don't ever fully own anything.
Kind of episode right there.
So if you don't pay your property taxes, then what happens is what happens is you get delinquent, and then the county will put a lien on your house. Well, here in Cleveland, because there are so many homes that have delinquent taxes, they'll put them up for auction and just sell your house right up from under you.
Wow.
And I just want to stop right there because nothing breaks my heart than seeing you know, like an elderly person that can't work for themselves and they've been living in this house since Lord knows when, and unfortunately, yes, and the babies is babies, and now unfortunately they can't pay their property tax. And I never forget. I remember talking to my broker about that. I asked him, you know, do you feel bad when that happens, right? And he wasn't cruel about it. He was saying that's the nature of the business, though, right? Because he said he does it more humanely, like he'll take them and put them somewhere else or whatnot. But at the end of the day, it's kind of the midst of it all. So I'll get into that. We'll talk about that later on because that's I feel like that's the part no one talks about.
Yeah. So I'll tell you that just a few years ago, what really got me interested in the tax sale as an adult is I came home to visit my parents, and going through the mail, I actually found a postcard that said that our house was going to be on the tax sale.
Oh, wow.
So they send you a notice so you know, and we had 2 weeks to prepare for this auction that no one knew was coming.
Right.
So you scramble, you know. So I did everything I could to find out as much as I could about why this was happening, how did we get here, you know, and everything like that. But then I went on, I registered for the sale, and I watched it sold so fast. It sold so fast, and now it was devastating. So this journey has been super personal for me. So I went through and I researched and understood everything. Anything that I thought I knew, I fact checked it, and did all the research to make me confidently be able to bid every single week after that. So I went on the sale. I was already registered. I went on the sale, and I'll tell you one of my favorite quotes is, "Success is where opportunity meets preparation." So,
Thought episode.
so what I did was I went on the auction every single week for 4 months, and I bid and I bid and I bid until I finally bought a house, and I gifted that house to my mom in the same neighborhood that we lost the house that I grew up in.
I'm sorry. That's awesome.
So that really sparked. It was more of a personal thing for me. So now I look at it like, well, we have this huge opportunity here where people can buy property for a fraction of the value, and people don't know about it. So let me help get that information out to help other people get their foot through the door.
That's awesome.
If you're willing to take the risk.
That's
So
awesome.
that's really what motivates me to keep coming back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And let me. So I know other markets. The one thing about Cleveland that a lot of investors say about Cleveland, if you guys don't know, and this is a shame on you if you're in Cleveland, you don't take advantage of it. Cleveland is kind of like in a bubble as far as like real estate, because we're in the Midwest. One, because if you live on the East Coast, West Coast, prices for houses are already skyrocketing. Right, we're right in the heart of the middle. All right, and because we're more like an industrial type city, housing prices are kind of not low, but are lower than the national average. So that's why a lot of investors invest in Cleveland. That's why, like you said, tax deeds are hot, not hot. So I don't think too people are familiar with it. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you, I just got hit to them. Not a real estate agent until after I became a real estate agent. I wasn't even familiar with it, and I not owned the house, and I knew that part of my mortgage payment went toward taxes. I just didn't know how all it worked.
Yeah. Yeah, you get the house free and clear.
So let's go through the process, because like, how would you say that? We'll start from the beginning, because this is why I don't need to drink till you wine. It messes my mind, y'all. My questions all jumbled up. And now I'm excited because I like real estate. when it comes to tax deeds, so let's go step one. So I'm a person who wants to invest in tax deeds. What's the first thing I need to know?
You need to know where you want to invest. You need to not necessarily have a team, but at least contact a person that's in that area that's
Boots on the
familiar
ground.
with. Yeah, boots on the ground.
Yeah.
You know, someone who can give you like an estimate or a rough, just about the neighborhood and all that stuff.
Like a trusted real estate agent.
Yeah, I would definitely say it's not something you want to jump into without doing the research or having someone hold your hand, because I'm on the auction. Listen, I'm on the auction every single week. So what I see is a lot of properties go for sale that probably shouldn't. Or I see that people are bidding $30,000 up on a small piece of land that's not worth $500. And then I'll see the address back up for auction, later in the year.
Yeah.
So I'd be like, dang, I hope I don't see that address again, and then I see it again. So you need someone to kind of hold your hand so you can go through all the steps of due diligence to make sure you got a good property.
Yeah, a mentor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Anita.
Yeah. I hope y'all caught that. That's what I was trying to say, right? But and I do want to harp on the importance of having a team, because, like you said, having a trusted agent. I feel like you should have a contractor on your team also, like, because you might not know, a little bit of something, but like, as far as foundational problems, you can't see those things. Not a lot of times. Like structural damage, a lot of like having the right team. I feel like is essential, especially if you're going to invest in real estate. Having the right team is like essential.
That's a big deal. Don't skip over that part.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So let's hear about some of the horror stories, because I know people will hear, oh, real estate.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
The gloriousness, like you said.
Let's hear some of the horror stories.
Okay. Okay, so I bought a house. Okay, before I get there, I do a lot of research as far as trying to figure out what areas they're bringing money to. And I was sent my people over to look at a house, and they're like, Nita, don't do this one. No, I'm like, y'all know what you're talking about. I know they bringing money over there, and I I had went through and I seen basically it was bringing over $400 million worth of redevelopment.
Time out. Because I won't skip that part either, because a lot of people don't understand the importance of knowing the area that you're trying to invest in. Too.
Yeah. I had seen that there was a 10-year plan, and they were already like 2 to 3 years into it.
Come on now.
And then like a quarter mile from the house, they were doing they were tearing down these projects. They had got a $35 million federal grant, which is like secured money, you know. So I was like, man, this is all going to be redone. Then when I seen the plans, I seen that this house sat right in the middle of the impact zone. So I was like, well, I don't care what the deal is. I'm going to just get the house, you know. So it wasn't the best deal, but it was one of those buy and holds. That was the opportunity. So, but I didn't know that. So if you don't know what tax deed properties, you can't go inside. You can't.
Did not know that.
Yeah, so a lot of times people live there. Squatters, or they have tenants. You can be a homeowner and still just be behind on your taxes. You know, so
did not know that.
Yeah, you can't. It's illegal to trespass. So you can't just go in the house.
Yeah,
unless you really take that risk if it's vacant. So that's what you kind of risk. So you bid and you just hope for the best. So you get as much information as you can from the outside, look through the windows and stuff if it's vacant. So anyways, I bought this house, and I bought it for about $13,000. And once I had the deed and once all the ink dried on the paperwork, I sent over my realtor, and she went through the house, and there was actually a squatter there. She put up some signs, and he ended up calling. So the guy was a hoarder. So like the rooms were full to the top with junk, and the house was like, it had an addition on it, but it was wide open, like a tree had fell on the addition.
I mean, like, I was not gonna tell you.
So
That's crazy.
like the back door led to outside. Like it was like this whole back wall was open.
It's exposed.
Yeah, but there was so much overgrowth. It was like, so I told you not to buy that house. I was like, you don't know what you're talking about. They gonna offer me a lot of money for this house one day, or for this land, and that was the worst. But I didn't have to deal with the guy left. I paid him a few $100s, and we got the house cleaned up. And the house wasn't bad. Like, just to take away the addition, because it wasn't part of the actual house. You know, just take away the addition and board it up would have been fine, and just sit there and wait on it. So that was like the worst. So I was just to stand in the middle of somebody's hoarding mess. It was like.
God bless you, Nita.
I watched the show. That couldn't have been pretty.
Yeah, I'm about to say, we watch the show. It's one thing to watch it, but another thing to be in the middle of it.
Yeah, it's a different feeling that comes over you.
Now, tell me, I did not know about the fact that with a tax deed, like, you can, that I know some of the problems that can occur. I don't know why I assumed that.
Yeah.
So how, I'm sorry.
I was just going to say, yeah, you can't go inside, though. But because there was so much stuff in that house, she assumed someone was living there, and, you know, that's why she didn't, you know, try to go inside, but I was able to go inside, but it was after everything was paid for.
Oh, I got you. So let me ask you this, because one thing to do is another thing to teach others. When did you, where did the passion for teaching others come from? Because there were two different things.
Yeah, so I realized over the last couple of years, tax sales in general have become popular online. And so me sharing part of my journey, so many people were asking questions. They were like, well, can you just tell me how to do it? And you can have a conversation with somebody, but unless they're on Zoom and you're doing it one-on-one or, you know, like that, they're going to keep asking questions. Or it's not, you're going to be having the same conversation over and over again. So once it was just so many people asking, how did you do that? Or how can I do this in my area? You know, I just said, you know, let me just create a program. You know, so it went from there.
And that's awesome. And like, shout out to David Shams, because he has a quote at the end of his podcast. He says that the whole point of you knowing knowledge so you can take it back to the community and show others. And that's exactly what you're doing. So thank you for that.
Thank you.
I think that's awesome because, like I said, I as a real estate
Tired of
agent,
carrying that load? Drop the house. Gutter Properties will buy your house as is with offers up to $300,000. Need serious repairs, liens, taxes, or judgments? We'll work through your unique situation to get that house off your back. During your free, no obligation appraisal, we maintain social distancing and take every precaution to ensure your experience is safe. Drop the house. Gutter Properties. Call us or visit gutterproperties.com today.
traditional ways. But when I heard about tax deed, I said, "You mean to me I can own real estate and I don't have to actually like pay these outrageous amounts of money or whatnot? And I can acquire the property and all I gotta do is pay the back tax? Oh shoot!
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just another. Once again, I'm sorry, y'all. I love real estate. I really do.
Yeah, no, me too.
Yeah, there's so many different ways you can acquire property. You can, and if you're smart about it, and like you said, do your research, you can come out looking good.
Yeah.
You know.
Property's a fraction of the value. I'm not gonna lie, I did spend quite a bit on my mom's house, but it appraised for $220
Time out.
after I was done with the renovations.
Well, how can I ask how much you paid for it?
I paid $60.
Oh, so it. Ooh, that, come on, time out. We got a round of applause for that. And okay, and let's make sure because I want our audience to know because if they're not familiar about ARV, the terminology that we know.
Yeah.
You know, because they'll hear 60,000, and how the hell did it come to that amount or whatnot?
Well, for that particular property, the opening bid was already like 29 or 30, and because it's in a suburb, you know, I just assumed the taxes were higher, so that's why they were so far behind on the taxes, and it got to that much. But the house was in amazing condition as far as like structure wise, and we just did a lot of cosmetic works, and she was a part of the process. She was able to help pick out some stuff, and it's a really huge house.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Come on, shout out to Nita. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know how rappers talk about I bought my mama house. You rap, you rapper status. You know what I mean?
You really did.
So no, that's what's up. So let me ask you this question, because like financing wise, because we know about typical conventional financing and all that good stuff. Like how, let's say I'm a person who wants to buy a tax deed. Do I have to pay out of pocket with my own money? Should I stack money up, or is there a lender or someone I can talk to about finance? Like how does that go about?
Okay, so I'll tell you. However you can acquire money, I use business credit. Well, I purchased my mom's house with cash, and I renovated it with nothing but business credit, not a dime out of my pocket. And then the next couple of houses, I use business credit where I just liquidate the card. But that's something you want to do maybe on the first time, because there's a lot of fees associated with doing it that way.
Yeah.
But now I'm working with a lender, and we are curating a process that'll work for the people coming behind me.
Come on now, Nita. Come on now.
So I'm just wanting to go through the process with the lender because we know you can't get a loan on a tax deed property.
Right.
You know, because the title's not clear. So someone's taking a chance on me, and I'm taking a chance with them, so that I don't co-sign a lender that I haven't dealt with before myself. But hopefully it works out fine, and then the people in my program can use them too.
You a trendsetter right there, because like I ain't never heard that. That's dope right there. 'Cause, you know, typically a loan is the value of the property is what you basically they're leveraging for a loan, right?
Yeah.
And it's kind of different with tax because you know it's a different component there.
Yeah.
So no, and then I'm sorry y'all, because my mind is blown right here. You talk about business credit, and like I knew about taking credit cards and liquidating them and whatnot. And I know that basically you want to take that when you do sell a property, you take the money from the proceeds and pay that off, and then do the process all over again. And whatnot. Like, so in your opinion, building a business credit, would you say is a hard, long process, or would you say like knowing the right steps can get you where you need to be?
You need good personal credit.
Mm.
That's the shortcut. So if you have good personal credit, you can pretty much get anything. The business credit is just, it's there and it works. So if you're going to spend the money anyway on the rehab. So why not use business credit and get the reward points? So off of one deal, I was able to fly and travel for free the full next year.
Come on now.
Because I spent so much money on certain cards. So it helps.
Come on now. So you teach all these things. You teach.
Oh yeah, we talk about that in the class.
Come on now. Come on now.
Now, I know you said you did a lot of your own research. You credit yourself for doing, doing all your due diligence, checking every box. But did you also have like a mentor or someone that was helping you to kind of learn the tricks of the trade with this?
I have been doing credit itself for about 4 years.
Mm-hmm.
And then with real estate, I'm just one of those people that I have to find an answer.
Mm-hmm.
If I can't find it online or get, with the right person, I'm going to do everything I can. And then once I feel confident enough, I'm jumping off the porch with the information I have.
Okay.
And that's what I did.
Okay.
Because nobody told me to stay on a tax sale for 4 months and then pull the trigger. I did that, and I was terrified.
I'm sure. I'm sure.
Because I wasn't in town. I didn't look at the house before I bid on it. I had no idea what shape it was in.
Wow. So you really have to take like you said, there's a risk involved with this.
That's just what I did. Now, would I tell somebody else to do that? No.
Right.
No, but I'm willing to take the risk. There's no reward without risk.
That's true.
That's
true. Yeah, that's a good title.
And why y'all give me some wine? That's why I don't be drinking wine, y'all.
That's why I
Oh,
Man, I got a little
his
sip,
little
man.
baby cup.
Now I'm turned up.
You ain't drunk nothing.
No, they already know.
Sip is little,
If y'all see
little
how to,
communion cup.
my little communion, that's right. If y'all seen the 150th episode of our show, y'all know why I don't drink to you wines. But nonetheless, though.
A lot of it, we still drinking.
Right. But no, and this is what I want to make sure that I want to give you your flowers, because once again, you're young, you're a real young lady, and you are showing other people that are like us the same thing. So thank you for that.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
And I think that so my next question to you: where do you see the future of real estate? Because I, as a real estate agent, see it one way. You might see it a different way. Where do you see things going? Because everyone waiting for the market crash. They've been waiting for the last 2 years, right?
I'm not thinking about that. Real estate is still real estate.
Hit that one time.
Real estate is still gonna be here, y'all. In Cleveland, we have over 300 properties that go to tax deed sale every month. Okay, anywhere from 60 to 90 every single week. That's enough to tell you that there's opportunity here in Cleveland. So I don't know if you understand, but when it comes to tax deeds, we have over $20 billion in delinquent property taxes in the nation.
Whew.
Cuyahoga County is responsible for $500 million of that.
It's a lot of opportunity, what you're telling me.
That's a lot of opportunity. So to have hundreds of properties go up for sale every single month, at some point you just have to be consistent if that's what you want to do. Stick your foot out there and just do it.
Oh no, I'm listening. I'm always going to jump up the porch. I'm with you. No, I'm with you.
Get him.
So I got a question for you. Okay. So let's say I want to hit you a scenario. I am a doctor who's been practicing medicine for, I don't know, 10 years to 20 years. I have a nice sizable 401k. I have about $20,000 saved up. What would you recommend? And I say to you, hey Nita, I want to start investing in real estate. What would you recommend? What would be the next move I do with that?
I would pick an area that you are interested in investing in. The suburbs, I see properties that are worth $400,000 that are on a tax sale starting at like $150,000. So if you have the money,
we'll talk afterwards. I did not know that. I know we talked about it another time, but like I'm serious now.
Yeah, if you have the money to get a better property, you don't have to invest in inner city Cleveland. You can invest in the suburbs where the properties are much better and they need much less work. So if you can do that, then you may get a property that's already turnkey, or may need a few $1,000s worth of.
I let them know what turnkey is, because some people are like, what's turnkey?
Turnkey is just, when you walk through the door, it's already ready to be rented out. So it's, probably some new carpet, and it's got appliances. Everything works.
Cosmetic stuff.
Yeah. So you can live there today.
Yeah. No, and that's a win in my book. If you're able to get a tax deed for the $100 and it don't need no work, man, please.
Yeah. So if you do have like more money, I would invest in just a better property. Yeah. But I try to tell people about the properties that are starting between $10,000 and $25,000. Like, the smaller, because some people just want to say, hey, I got my first property. You know, even if it is a piece of junk, you know, that is still, you have real estate. It's still an asset.
It's an investment.
Yeah. So you can still sell it and make a profit off of it. So.
And I know earlier you said buy and hold. For the viewers who don't know what buy and hold is, can you break that down for them too?
Buy and hold is when you buy a property and you just hold it until like that area, you know, supports what you want to make from that property. So it can be a year, it can be 6 months, it can be 10 years. So you just waiting for that property to mature into the amount that you want it to be worth.
That's a very explanation of that. So, are there any areas in Cleveland that you personally are like, I need to? If you were an investor, I would invest in this area right here. Or what are some key points you look for when you look for certain areas to invest in?
Okay, that's 2 questions.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Listen, my brain
was a loaded one.
My brain is just overloaded with real estate questions.
Well, right now, you know, so Cleveland, we're home to the second best hospital in the world, which is Cleveland Clinic. So what Cleveland Clinic is doing is expanding, you know, both ways from the hospitals, and you can invest any of those areas, which a lot of people don't like to talk about East Cleveland, but East Cleveland is about to be hot.
Oh yes.
Okay.
Yep.
So I've seen houses over there already selling in the 300,000s.
Time out. I've been on MLS in a long time. I did not see that.
Right.
Don't even. So yeah, we have what the Circle East District is called.
Yeah.
And they're doing a lot. They're bringing a few $100 million to revamp that entire area. So if you can get land or anything over there, you know, that would be that would be great. That would be great because not only is it the hospitals, but the schools are down there too. So
no,
it's potential for rental or even short-term rental, Airbnb. It's gonna be a desired place where people want to live. So that'll be a good place.
Right for gentrification. No, but so let me ask you this. So, with that being said, so basically, if I'm in Cleveland, I need to look around areas where there's work being done.
Yeah, or work coming. You just have to look online to see. You can find anything if they're doing any redevelopments in any city. You can pick any city in your own neighborhood and look up what city council is approving. You can find the plans for the next 10 years. There's nothing but a quick search online. That's what people don't want to do the work.
Thank you. They don't. No. And this is the thing that I'm probably on camera. I shouldn't be saying that. It's kind of like one of the things about being a real estate agent. We don't get paid to the very end. We'll do the research. We'll do the work, and then if it don't close, that's on us, right?
Yeah.
Versus yourself, you're doing the work, but you're doing it for yourself, and you know at the end of the day you're gonna get paid.
Don't make it happen.
Yeah, no. That's why I'm like, you know what, I'm about to go holler at Nita at the word, and, get it popping with the tax deeds. So okay, all right. So we asked you about the future of what you feel like the future of real estate. Let me ask you this. With that being said, what are your aspirations for what you have going on right now? Because it's not saying scalable, but more businesses, they want to take it to the next level. What do you feel like the next level for you? What you got going on?
I want to be able to see people come through my program and actually acquire real estate here in the city. People feel comfortable being out-of-state investors because I'm an out-of-state investor. I don't live in Cleveland anymore. So to feel comfortable to come through my program and do that here in the city, I would like to see that number growing every year and to continue the process. And I want to buy more in Cleveland.
Okay. I know that's what's up, and those are great aspirations. Because I mean, like you said, and then on the foreclosure side, like I will say Cleveland is ripe for opportunity, and I deal with investors all the time, and they're across the United States. So shame on you if you live in Cleveland, you're not taking advantage of what we have going on. To be honest, you basically don't even stay here. You're like, I'm gonna go invest, take my money and invest in Cleveland. So I mean,
yeah, it makes sense. That's why we have so many out-of-state investors here.
And they taking advantage of what you are sitting on.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll be honest. I always told people that, hey, this area is coming up, or you should get this, house over here in this area, yada yada. But when you walk past the same houses every day if the street is abandoned, or you know, the cities, you know, we have to deal with the potholes, or just when you live here, you know all the bad.
That's true.
But when you're out of state, you see the opportunity.
Yeah.
So when I come home and I'm telling people like, hey, watch out for this or pay attention, they look at me like I have 12 heads, like I'm crazy. But it's the people that's out of state that listen to me and they see the opportunity as well. So now that the Circle East District is, you know, where everyone knows about it, now the people, they're asking me, hey, what was you saying about, what was you telling me? Nah.
I'm trying to bandwagon now.
Right.
It's just like that. So it's not the people here. A lot of people here don't understand how valuable the city of Cleveland is.
No, listen. And I'll joke around and tell people, if there's a Church's Chicken, there's a Rally's, you probably want to invest in that. You want to lock your doors, but just know you might be telling you about serve the area because it's going to be a place you want to invest in. Because know that just because it's coming for I'm so serious.
Okay, he normally isn't like this. All right. We probably shouldn't have gone all the way to the tip.
What's the two? A Church's Chicken and a Wendy's?
Rallies.
Rallies.
Oh,
wow.
Yeah, they used to always notoriously be right next to they almost
Absolutely. Or White Castle. No, White Castle,
Yeah,
those,
White
that's
Castle.
I haven't
trifecta.
seen those in so
You sure?
No, they're gone.
Okay, all right.
There used to be one on the west side.
You talking about a real specific hood.
Yeah. EC, think about it. EC had a White Castle, had a Church Chicken over there.
They
had a
did. I think
Rallies.
that wasn't the Church's Chicken inside or White, wasn't it?
Yeah.
They were together.
Yeah, I think at one point they came together.
But I'm being silly, but I'm being serious though, because those areas are ripe for opportunity.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
Yeah. So no, and then I don't want to get into opportunity zones, but if you're familiar with opportunity zone, that's a great thing that people don't understand. That I was watching this video and the guy was talking about, if you look at areas, let's take East Cleveland for example, they purposely let these places become underdeveloped, malnutrition for funding, all these things, so the property becomes dirt poor, and what happens next is that these investors, and they don't look like us, and they come and they buy this area, buy a hole like you said, and then what happens is opportunity zones literally, they just tell all these people all this money, put your money here. And when you put it here for the next 7 to 10 years, put as much as you can, it's going to be tax-free money. So 10 years, they can put our money out and it can accrue in value, and they're not paying tax on it. And like you said, they'll dump $100 millions of dollars. And then next thing you know, booyah, we have another Legacy Village in East Cleveland, right? And then Legacy Village turns into East Cleveland, and
the cycle starts over.
Exactly, Nita. You know it, and it's a cycle. And I tell people in a heartbeat, like, that's real estate. That's why I love it.
Yeah, because you can see it happening, and when you tell people, it's like, you get it or you don't get it. But I know this is happening. And it's the same thing in multiple cities. If you go to other cities and you can just eyeball the same thing, like, hey, I've seen this situation happen already. And you can call it. It's easy to see.
It's all part of the game. You just gotta understand. It was Walter Trapper said the best. He said, when you know the rules of the game, you know how to play it.
Yeah.
And you know the rules of the game.
Yeah.
So you need to be hitting you up.
So we talked about how, you know, investing in this is you know, a great deal. You don't want to miss the opportunity. But what are some of the pitfalls of doing this? Like, is there any?
Yeah, of course. Not having a plan. So one thing about real estate is, it is never going to go as planned. Never. Have you done real estate deals that have went?
Oh, absolutely.
They all go astray. So
Absolutely.
if you
Funding.
don't, everything is always something. So if you don't have a plan, one thing you can plan for is for it to not go as planned. But if
Okay, that's interesting. Okay.
if you don't have a plan, when it goes left, then you won't know where to get back on track at. So you need that guideline so that you know, okay, if this is my end date and it goes left on, you know, week 2, then what do I need to do to get back on track maybe week 4 so that I can still finish on my end date? So a lot of people don't have a plan. You have to know your exit strategy already. So I've changed my exit strategy in the middle of a deal. That cost me time and money.
Yeah, time and money.
So if you have everything kind of how you want to do and then you stick to it, then it'll work out.
That's good.
But you do have to account for the unknown. So That's you. You have to have a plan.
So I have plan A, B, and C.
Yes.
No, that's good. And let me ask you this. So I'm guessing at the time of being an investor, would you say that you're kind of handy, right?
Oh yeah.
What do you feel like? What you feel like is the biggest thing someone should know if they want to become a real estate investor, as far as like, and knowledge wise, as far as that?
I would say I'm big on like materials. So I would say like understand what you're paying for. You know, if your contractor is saying, oh, it's gonna be, 5,000 worth of materials for this, maybe instead of giving them the money for it, go get your own materials.
Come on.
So that you can learn. You want to be hands on in some aspect of it, so that you can learn. You're not just making money, but you're learning through the process too. So I like to say that's one thing that I am pretty good at, is that I can go and get my own materials. You have to tell me what to get, but I'm going to go and get my own materials, and then I'm going to make a deal, because I do not pay full price. I don't pay full price. I'm gonna negotiate. Hey, what can I get for? Two kitchen sets. Okay, if that's the deal for that, I need 3 kitchen sets. What can you do for me? Okay, I need actually 4 kitchen sets, so I know you can do better than that. I'm gonna beat you down.
I don't know why I'm thinking about City Blue. You know what I'm saying? But at Home Depot, you know what I'm saying? I need 2 of them joints. Okay, what can we work out for this right here?
I walk out the door. What's
Right. What's up?
Out the
Yeah.
door?
What's my price of the door? Right.
Yeah.
So next time I need to go to Home Depot, I'm like, Nita, listen, I'll put a speakerphone. Just talk to her real quick.
The negotiator.
Yeah, but no, you just want to build relationships. If somebody know that you're coming back, or you bring in other people, or you're speaking good on their business, or you have even if you go to a regular store like Lowe's or something, get a contact person that deal with you all the time.
That's good.
And send people, hey, go check out my guy, so and so, like that. Yeah.
And I feel like the principles, like everyone got that guy Foot Locker. They know, hey, talk to Tony. He'll get you with this side 11 and a half. So when the same rules apply with Home Depot, So yeah, I feel like you are got the skill set, just transfer it over to what works for you and what you're trying to do.
And then in Cleveland, we have a lot of warehouses. Like a lot of these buildings that look like that nobody they are fully operational businesses. So you have to talk to people and get referrals, and go check out some of these warehouses with materials. Home Depot and Lowe's, like those are huge corporate giants, but visit the local shops that are here in the city, and you probably get better deals.
Okay, so let me ask you this: what is a lesson that you wish you knew, that you know now that you wish you knew when you first started? I got a good question today.
Okay.
It's the wine.
Take my time. Now, real estate, you do have to jump, because opportunity don't sit there. But you have to be confident in your decision, and really it's the due diligence. I see so much that happens, and I'm like, oh my God, I hate that for that person. You have to take the time to do the research, so you know what you're dealing with after you've taken that leap of faith. That is one thing. Do the research. That's all I can say. I've seen people buy land that don't. I know, because I did it. So you do things just jumping out there without having anyone hold your hand, and then you have to learn.
That's good. That's good. Okay. And I love this interview. Like my brain is going.
Yeah, this is a really good one. What would you say is like your biggest win when it came
Brittany,
to?
that's why I stopped drinking wine. I had it here. It was gone. When Brittany picked it up.
Oh, okay.
Thank you, Brittany.
I got you.
To be honest, I would say it's my mom's house in Garfield.
Okay.
Because that was the first, and it has so much more of a meaning.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, so
I
it was
agree.
different, and it was a family. Everybody came together and
Yeah.
you know had their hand in it. So that was nice. It's just one thing that I'll not necessarily leave behind, but something I'll always be talked about. You know.
No, that's awesome right there.
Yeah.
Maybe all aspired to buy our mama a home.
Yeah. Right. Not just talking about it.
Absolutely. It be about it. No, that's facts. That's facts. Okay. So let's get down to the final five. I call it, y'all. We
Okay.
got final five questions. Right. And the way we like to start off is that y'all know here at the Pull Experience, we started off saying in Cleveland that it has a bad stigma. Would you're in Atlanta quite a bit. I know you see the collaborative piece, or I'm assuming that you see the black entrepreneur in the collaboration piece. Cause that's what I've heard. I've never been in Atlanta, right?
Yeah.
But unfortunately, Cleveland is not known for that, right?
Yeah.
How do you feel like we can change that stigma that Cleveland can be that collaborative city that we know it can be?
I believe you have to network with the people. So you have to go out to these events. Y'all, I come from Georgia every single month. I don't miss a month unless I have to be sick. I come every month so that I can network and build relationships and, you know, expand my resources. I have to do that.
Yeah.
And that's how I find people to collaborate with. Everybody I have an entire panel that speaks at my event, and all of that came from networking. Going to either real estate meetings or even at the auctions.
Yeah.
So, and then referrals. So you have to get out. If you're serious about your business, go to a networking event that caters to whatever you're looking for, or whatever type of people you're trying to collab with.
And I'm gonna give you a flowers because you had me in my first panel, by the way. You know what I'm saying? That was dope, by the way. Shout out to Love You, shout out to Sneak This, shout out to Purple Heart Mark, shout out to Nita because she's the one who was like, hey, I didn't know you even recommended me. I'm like, it was you, so I thank you for that.
You're welcome.
Got me opportunity to be on the stage, so I appreciate that. And once again, and I love it, like you said, 'cause we're in a room with just like other people who in the city who are doing great things.
Killing it.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Okay. And this is another favorite one of mine. Who is someone you would love to collaborate in the city of Cleveland and then outside of the city that you would like to collaborate in the future? I know they're watching. I know you're watching.
No pressure.
Oh man, no pressure.
Yeah, no, of course not.
Well, you know, I did talk. I want to collab with you.
Come on now. Right answer. Right answer.
I can't take this. I want to collab with you. No, you came up with a great idea, so hopefully we'll be talking about that soon. Okay.
Don't tell nobody.
I won't tell nobody, but yeah,
It's a
no,
secret.
I'm excited about that. So hopefully y'all see me and Brandon. sometime
Yes,
soon.
ma'am. Yeah.
Coming soon.
Yeah. Okay.
And
That's why I shouldn't drink wine.
No, that's so fun.
And then
All right, which one?
Let me see.
Which one we had? The blackberry, peach.
Yeah, it was it mango and blackberry? Peach, I know it was
It was
peach.
2U wines, but definitely 2U wines.
Yes.
That's the best in the city.
Yeah.
We just don't know which flavor, but it's a good flavor. We
It
gonna let y'all
is
know.
good. I had to stop drinking because they didn't want y'all to think I was thirsty.
And I've been looking at yours like, man, I need to drink up. Like, I'm not even close to that.
I would have to say my girl Ashley Wilson.
Come on now.
She is out in Florida, and I know that she does a lot of investing here in Cleveland. So I love that because she's another black woman.
Come on now.
And she, you know, she brings people from out of state to do something similar to what I'm doing, and I would love to collaborate with her.
So Ashley, Nita, you watching? I know you watching. and this is the newest one, guys. But y'all know it's funny enough. We're Cleveland-based podcast, but when I look at the analytics, we have so many people outside of the city who watch this podcast, which is funny to me. So I want to shout out to my people who aren't in Cleveland. What is the most Cleveland thing someone, if they're coming to the city, they need to do in order to like get that full Cleveland effect?
Oh, all day, every day. So I always go to the vegan club.
Come on, bro.
I told you, that's his favorite toy.
The vegan club and the breakfast club is out in Shaker Square. It's part of Cleveland, so I'm vegan.
Okay.
And that's one of my favorite restaurants to go to every single month. I go at least twice.
Yeah, that's shouts to King, because you know what I'm saying, he's doing his thing.
Yeah,
definitely.
that was my favorite restaurants.
Okay, so that's what's up. If you're watching Vegan Club, come on to the podcast.
All right, it's my turn. So, final two questions.
Mm-hmm.
And one is legacy, because you got a lot. You are building a lot with, with your name, your networking, your collaborations. So when it's all said and done, Nita, what would you like the legacy to be for yourself? And what would you like the legacy to be for everything that you've been accomplished throughout your life?
I want to make sure that everyone in my family purchases real estate. Whether it's from a tax deed sale or off market, on market, however, I want to make sure that everyone knows the importance of ownership when it comes to property. So if I can do that and I can help, total strangers get their first property or, not be afraid to leap and do something from out of state, that's what I want. Someone, for some group of people to say, thanks to Nita, I was able to do this, and now I'm showing my family how to do it, or, along those lines. That's what I would like.
Okay, that's fair enough.
You are very much well on that way. So
Yeah, most definitely. So I know you have given us a lot of valuable, great information, a lot of which I definitely didn't have any idea.
We were watching
I know you in real estate, but me being very intrigued by it and very much, thirsting for more, this was great information. So thank you.
Thank you so much.
Now we got to take everything that you done gave us and consolidate it down to 3. What would be good 3 takeaways that our viewers can be able to gather from this interview today?
3.
You been jumping in left and right though. I've been in this thing like crazy.
You've been hearing that more than you probably.
Be prepared. You know you're gonna be successful. So, like I said, my favorite quote was, "Success is when opportunity meets preparation." You have to be ready for the opportunity because it's not gonna always be there.
That's good.
Yeah.
The opportunities don't come when we need them to come. So you have to be ready for it. You gotta be ready to catch it.
Yeah, stay ready.
Okay. Okay, so the next one, I would say if you're going to get into any lane of real estate, you have to do your due diligence. It is so
I'm sorry. I
important.
was about to hit it, but I'm like, no, be good.
It is so important. Search the parcel number. See if there are federal liens on the property. See if it's condemned. See if it's on the demo list. See if it's a whole checklist of things you have to do, but you have to do it to secure your investment. You don't want to find out afterwards and lose money. That's not a good practice to keep losing.
That is not a good practice.
So, any form of real estate, make sure you do your due diligence. I check behind myself every auction. Okay. And I said the last one. Jeez.
No, listen, don't look at me, cause like I can write out some ones for you. You know what I'm saying? Well, okay. How about this? How about something that you wanted to say that you didn't get a chance to say? How about the last one? So give us that tidbit that don't nobody know about tax deeds that like I shouldn't be giving y'all this for free.
Tax deeds. I've registered for tax deeds all up and down the East Coast. I'm telling you, Cleveland has the best tax deed auction. I'm not just saying that because I'm from here and because I invest here. Cleveland has the best tax deed auction. So get with me if you want to learn about that process.
Absolutely.
Because it's amazing. I haven't been anywhere else. I park my money right here in the city.
So I got one final question. Do you feel like it's ever gonna dry up here though? Like you ever feel like tax deeds will was it like, oh no more tax deeds? Do you think that's something that will ever happen?
I don't see it this year or next year.
What do you after that? So start getting invested.
Start today.
And the most important question: where can the people reach you? Where can they learn more? Where can they get to I want mentorship from Nita.
Yeah.
You can reach me on Instagram. That is the best way to contact me, seriously. At it's Nita. So it's YeahItsNita. Nita, I'm the tax deed coach and investor.
That's what I'm talking about. And by the way, for my lazy people, it'll be in the show notes, so ain't no excuse as to why you can't find it. It'll be right there for you to do that. Listen, I can't thank you enough.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So great.
Thank y'all for inviting me.
No, come on.
Thank
I'm glad we was able to catch you. You were busy.
Don't do that.
You're a busy lady. So no, we thank you.
I
So
did.
no, we appreciate you.
I came to the city just for y'all.
Come on, come on now. That's what I'm talking about. We appreciate you. So, and we'll talk afterwards. So y'all stay tuned for that. Listen, guys, we gotta pay some bills. Guys, we've done it. We have done it. David Shands come to the city, guys. If you don't know who David Shands is, then I don't know what to tell you. Okay, he will be here April 18th, guys. I can't tell you how much this means to me because if you watch our podcast, you like our podcast, you'll really like Social Proof. And the man who pretty much gave the blueprint for the Pull experience will be here in the city. So listen, we did one even better for you guys. It is a free event. A free event. Come on now. That we're gonna show you. He's gonna show you. I don't know. He does. He's gonna show you how to monetize. He's gonna show you how to start your podcast and just give you the game like he gave us. So listen. Text podcast summit to 33777 37s. And you can get your free ticket today. Now listen, tickets are going fast, so please get that in a hurry. And like I said, just stay tuned because we got so many great things coming up. Also, what's today? Today's Tuesday. So if you guys are in the city, tomorrow we will be at Rebar. We're having business or bang. If you are in the city and want to once again network, you here tomorrow?
Yeah, I'll be here.
All right, we're gonna invite Nita. And we'll be at Rebar. DJ Steph One will be there DJing. Tastemakers, they're putting together an event. The President's Council will also be there. It'll be just a great event once again, like Nita said. Come on, network. And then lastly, Friday, February 23rd, will be at Creative Space. For anyone who talking about they want to be on a Pull experience, we will be at Creative Space doing in-person interviews right then and there. Right? Okay, so it's gonna be a good time. Network, get interviewed, just meet some great people. Okay.
That's 6 o'clock, right?
5:30, I think.
5:30. Okay.
Yes. Don't quote me on that.
5:30.
Huh?
23rd.
23rd. Yes. Thank you. Yes, guys. So listen. Yes. So like Nita said, network great people. We told you about 2 great events. Actually 3 now. So I hope to see you guys there.
And make sure you guys tune in,
Yes.
subscribe, Beauty Told, and I can't wait to I can't wait to see you guys there again. Weekly topics, and
Yes.
I love to have my guests on so that way we can have a great time and really learn and grow together. So I can't wait to see you guys there.
Absolutely. If you guys rock with us, you rock with Brittany. Okay.
Okay.
Yes. So, guys, we want to thank. Lastly, I want to thank you. Yes, you, the person watching this, the person listening to this. Because once again, you guys are still liking, sharing, commenting. We can't thank you enough. You guys are once again showing us there is a need to hear great stories like Nita's every week, and we can't thank you enough for that. Okay. So listen, guys, this is episode 179. Guys, we are on the way to. We're on to 200. I'm saying it now.
Yeah.
It's almost here. Okay. So listen, we want to thank you again. All right, guys. So we'll see y'all next time, and peace.